The nature of what is perceived as demons. Salutations of love and light. To understand the nature of what is perceived as hell, as a place, and the nature of what demons are, one must adopt a broader perspective. Allow yourself to sit yourself above a mountaintop looking down upon the great many swarms of life and circumstances that span the land below. This allows a more unbiased perspective of not actually being submerged within whatever it is you're trying to understand. Firstly, contemplate the fabric of the spirit world. It is a multiverse of thought, a centrally founded and cohesive living matrix. The very substance and fabric of it molds and bends to your interaction within it. Everything is alive. The matrix that forms your surroundings and manifests image structures to support you. It sings from whatever song sheet you currently have within your soul. If your soul is full of negativity, then the song sung by the living matrix will reflect that back to you for you to experience what you are. So too, if your soul projects peace and harmony, the living matrix will reflect this back to you in order for you to see that. What state of experience and sensation of spirit you have whilst within the spirit world will depend on how you vibrate as an energy being. Because that is what you are, a being of energy. You can only gain access to particular states, or places, if you so wish to call them that, if you resonate at a frequency of energy that state is placed upon. If you want to travel to a place in the spirit world where you are completely surrounded by beautiful angelic tree formations, or forests, then you have to resonate at a state of appreciation and love for trees to such an extent you will gain access there. If, for example, you have no regard for the well-being of trees and could care less about them and their ancestry, you will never gain access to specific places in the spirit world where trees exist within vast paradise communities and speak to one another like humans do. Hell, then, might be considered a place, for there is a place for all beings and all things in the spirit world. No thing is ever denied access to the spirit world. So then, those of hellish standing, who resonate an energy of great negativity, hate, anger and cruelty, have a place of their own in the spirit world. In fact, the spirit world is so vast, everyone has enough space to have their own private universe. This is not to then say, all bad souls are sent to this one place, or that place. It does not work that way. It is about the law of attraction and proximity. What the person is attracted to in physical life will be the momentum force that propels them into a specific state within the spirit world. As said, because the spirit matrix responds to the energy you give it, it will reflect it back to you by creating the surroundings that represent what you have become. There are gateways to states in the spirit world where energies are collected together by law of attraction, where such energies lose their sense of identity altogether. When I speak of the sense of identity, I mean the sense of who they are as a divine spirit and a part of all that is. Beings who remove themselves from their own loving nature to such a degree as to defy any association with it, can be what are known as demons. These are energy forms which have lost their sense of identity and have become lost within the sea of despair they have created for themselves. They do not, as such, have any specific form, for they have given up their identities in the grace of God. Rather, they exist as dark dense masses which exist within whatever private universe they have created for themselves in the spirit world. These energies are made up from life forms from all over the universe and multiverse, from all corners of different dimensions that exist parallel to yours. Many people believe demons are deceased humans turned bad, but this is not the case. There are by far much more twisted and cruel forms of nature in the multiverse than any so-called evil human soul. These energies may actually manifest to your senses humanoid-looking or in some other form which provokes fear, because it is effective for them to do so. If they manifest as something which you could not associate with, you would not be as afraid, and more so confused or intrigued. Do not assume just because something appears to you with sharp teeth and wings that this is their true form, for they are merely utilizing the living matrix to manipulate their appearance to you. The fear provoked in you then feeds them your own energy as you acknowledge their presence and feel vulnerable to them, which opens doors of disaster. There are also life forms, what could be referred to as extraterrestrials, or dimensional beings, who have the ability to shift in and out of your current physical dimension. There are also beings under this category who exist in etheric worlds, like planets, which do not occupy the frequency of physical matter. These beings will occasionally become drawn to your dimension of physicality due to something which is occurring in your proximity. These beings also have the ability to appear as they see fit in order to provoke fear and torment, for whatever purpose they have for being there. Sometimes these beings are mistaken for poltergeists, abductions or demonic attacks. The best defense in this regard is to stay as calm as possible and build the courage to empower your own spiritual authority and gifts of spirit to defend your energy space. Often faith in angels or spirit guides are eroded because people commonly ask, well, why didn't my guardian angel or guide come to rescue me? The answer is because oftentimes these events happen so quickly and spontaneously your guides and helpers are not immediately aware of what's happening. They do not watch over your every move 24/7. That would be a violation of privacy, and they have their own things to do. The event may also be out of their immediate capacity to handle due to the complex energies involved. Many of those helpers around you will not be trained to handle aggressive energy forces like this, and may have to seek assistance from specialist light workers in other dimensions. So please do not lose your faith in your guides and helpers over the fact they cannot solve every negative experience you have. Let love be your guiding light.